Guys, what's up? Got the Benchmade Adamas here. This is a Cyber Benchmade design. So I have not done a lot of Benchmade videos on my channel. But yeah. So a lot of you guys will know this. These are still in production. They've been in production for a long time. This color is not. Black on black is gone. They have a gray blade, black handle, or they have a tan blade with a green handle. And both of those are going to be in crew wear, which I think is a great upgrade from D2. I have never been impressed by production D2, ever. I don't know why it was ever a thing, that it was like an upgrade from other steels, but I have never liked D2. Now, custom D2 could be totally different. I have no experience with it, but we'll move on from that. So, the Adamus. This is a tank of a knife. This is thick, very thick handle, thick blade, thick geometry. It's from an era, the ZT-0300 era of knives where everything had to be a tank. And, you know, growing up in that era, I think it's cool. I know it's dumb, but I think it's cool. I still own stuff that kind of reminds me of that time period. So the auto stitch is one of them. Actually, the manual stitch is probably has more in common with this guy than the auto. But this is my old one, CPM 3V. Very old, one of the first knives to come off of the assembly table at Microtech, you can see. 146 is the serial number. But yeah, getting back to it, the Adamas is somehow bigger and heavier than the Stitch. It's longer, it's just a mammoth. It is huge. And it's one of those knives that is actually a really good design. It's just the proportions of it are not that great. It's way too thick to carry for most people. The blade is way too thick. The geometry is too thick. Actually, the geometry is really not that bad, all things considered. This is a 20 degree per side edge. It's probably a little bit thicker than, say, a Spyderco, but it has a lot of things in common with, as soon as I got this, I thought of this guy, the Horseman, right? Or Emerson as a whole. This is a great knife to have if you have no idea what you're going to do with your knife. Same with this. Now, if I were going to cut things all day, I would not pick this. I'd pick something else, right? Where is it? Say this guy, just to stay on topic with the Benchmade, right? Vancron, Super Clean, Anthem. That's what I would go for. I wouldn't go for this. I wouldn't go for this. But if you have to do like impromptu sod busting or something like that, digging out something in the ground, this is amazing. It's like basically a mini folding shovel. And the axis lock is very secure. It's one of those knives, like, you can baton with this, straight up. I mean, I wouldn't do it all the time. I wouldn't do it every day. But you can if you need to. And yeah, I know lots of guys. Just look up Benchmade Adamas batoning or torture test. It's on YouTube. You know, I have seen them. They were all released when this knife came out. Hey, we're going to torture test this stuff, you know, blah, blah, blah. That's what guys were doing back then. So, a lot of these knives got tested. But yeah, it's so funny. Every single person I've met that has one of these, They all either are brand new, never used, never carried, or they look exactly like this. They're just beat to shit. One thing I do want to say, the Mini is looking very good after getting this guy in pocket and carrying it at work. Like the blade is a great profile. The handle is pretty good. If you were to scale it down and then just make it slimmer, that to me seems like a great option. And I was like, oh, conveniently, they make that exact concept in the Mini. Amazing. So that's something I'll have to check out. Yeah, ergonomics are pretty good for what they are, I guess. One thing to note, with a blade this thick and ground this thick, and the edge geometry is going to play into this, your hand is going to experience a lot of force when you're cutting. So one way to mitigate that would be to lay the edge back. I'm not a huge fan of this D2, so I'm not going to be laying the edge back. Also, I think it'll look goofy. The edge will be way too high on the bevel, or the grind. And yeah, I'm not going to do that. I think this can be just kept at a 40-degree edge. You could lay it back. If you're going to, like, with how I envision the knife being used, I just don't see it necessary. I have knives that I could scale back. This guy is 15 degrees per side. You can see. Very clean. Very thin behind the edge. They don't all have to be that way. So, but anyway, I just wanted to do a video on this guy. I have always wanted one of these, and they are just so cool. I'll give you guys some quiet time here to just look, admire. Siebert designs are one of my favorites. He's done a lot of very cool work for Benchmade and has even more impressive custom offerings. So maybe one day I'll secure one of those for the channel. But for now, that's all I got. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.